understanding the target audience where you are like trying to put out the design to. So yeah, it says segmentation seeks to identify targeted groups, customers, audience, or users to tailor products and branding in a way that is attractive to these people. So firstly, before you like work on any uh, identity design system project, you do like put out a design questionnaire or form for your clients, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Yes.
is.
So inside that questionnaire, it's always contain that part where you like put out, oh, um what kind of target audience are you trying to like design for? Where you state out the demography, the age, the geography, and others, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's what
Yes.
segmentation is trying to like do for a brand. So it's classify people based on uh the geographical aspect, the demography, the age, and others like that. Do you understand? So basically, in one word, it's just all about grouping. Do you understand? So how do brand user segmentation? So yeah, it says segmentation is the practice of dividing audience, customers or users into groups based on shared needs, desires, and preference. Using these categories, a brand, business, or product can adjust its branding technique style to appeal to to appeal to each category or group more effectively. So you doing that segmentation part of your design. So there you are trying to like, oh, what kind of design style am I going to push out to these people that will make them interact with my brand or my product, that will make them love my brand or my product, that will make them keep using my product consistently. Do you understand? So that's where you're not coming with, oh, this design style works, this doesn't work. Because of the segmentation I've done for my branding, that has made me understand the um users I'm trying to push out my product or brand to. Do you understand? Hello?
Yeah, we understand.
Yes, sir. We are with you.
Okay. So
Sure.
here we have ways, you said?
We are with you.
Okay. So here we have ways to segmentation. So yeah, I have five ways to segmentation. I have demographic, I have behavioral, I have psychographic, and geographic. So basically, no, we have more. Do you understand? But for branding, these are the four things I do use most of the time in terms of segmentation. So here we have demographic is the statistical characteristics of human population, such as age or income, used especially to identify the market. So most of the time, market users or brand strategists use this demographic a lot when they come about doing branding. Do you understand? So demography is just more like, oh, I'm trying to like classify my users using their ages and their income, their earnings. Okay, maybe from so amount to so amount. These are the amount of people who earn this amount. Or I'm trying to push out my brand for age between 12 to 45. So, and between that age, your design needs to speak more of something youthful, something more social, something more interacting, or like from ages 46 and above, who are more grown, who are more of the olds. Do you understand? So the second part, which is behavioral. Okay, this is the social, psychological, and emotional factors that affect financial decision or behavior. So, behavior is just more of talking about, oh, I I love this brand. Maybe because I see one particular thing in that brand that is actually making me patronize the brand. Do you understand? So let's take for instance, um, we have this Abeg app, isn't it? Are you familiar with that app or that product?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Sure. Yes.
So
Yes, we are.
basically, if you check on their style of design, is very, very interesting and very, very interactive, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's one thing that has made a lot of youth, a lot of young people use that product a lot. Do you understand? Because the style of design they've chosen, the colors they've used, the um what will I put that? The branding style they've chosen is very interacting, is very interesting. So a lot of people want to like get engaged with that brand. Though they might not even use the app, but they will actually come inside the app. Okay, let me just check what is inside this product. Let me just find my way around this product. And that's how it is on behavioral aspects. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
So the third one, which is psychographic. So this is the statistics classifying population groups according to psychological variables such as attitude, value, and fear. So here we have it in a way like, oh, because of this brand, it will like influence their style of doing things. Do you understand? Oh, how do I want people to like behave with my brand? Do you get? So let me look for a brand. Uh I can't remember of a brand like that, yeah. But I know there are some brands that really affect people on how they behave socially. Do you understand? So the last one, which is geographic. So this is belonging to or characteristics of a particular region. Okay, let's take for instance, I want to design a brand for those in Lagos only, but not those in Abuja or those in the states. So because of that geographical location I've chosen, you will like take a visibility study on okay in this geography. So you can please mute your mic. So as I was saying, people in Lagos, the way they behave to things, the way they do their things will make you like, oh, this is how I should like design my brand because of these people, because of their geographical location. So another instance is like, okay, let's take for example, those abroad, those in the US, in the UK, and those in Nigeria, you can't like compare um, those two people together because they are very, very different in terms of thinking, in terms of behavior, in terms of and other aspect of it like that. So that will make you determine, oh, this is how I want to design my brand. This is the kind of style I want to choose. Do you understand? Just like, oh, I want to design a product packaging for those in Africa and those in the European countries. Do you understand? So you can't design the same style for both. Why? Because their geography is different, their characteristics is different, their culture is different. The African culture is different from the European culture. Do you understand? So you have to stick to that kind of culture to make them patronize your product. Do you understand? If you check on some products, they are more of all these food brands. Do you understand? The way they will brand their package, I mean their products for those in Africa will be very, very much from the way they will brand their packagings for those in the European countries. Due to the fact that their cultures are different. their norms are different. Do you understand? Hello?
Sir, we are with you. We are
I
with you,
will
sir.
too.
We are with you.
Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Here we have understanding your target audience. So looking at this, um, we have it in a way like, oh, we are finding the target audience definition will help you to create a tone of voice that really speaks to the customer. So all this you are doing are part of brand strategy. Do you understand? So because there's no how you want to like be a good brand identity designer without having a knowledge of brand strategy, because that brand strategy will help you achieve that identity you want to make for that brand. Because there you define your target audience, you define your demography, like your segmentation and others. Do you understand? So here we have essentially a target audience understanding gives you direction for the branding, identity design, and ensures more consistency in your messaging. So a brand can build stronger relationship with uh, customers. So let's take, for instance, an example of this is Coca-Cola. Which brand is that again? There are some brands who have started a very, very long time ago, and they are still keeping that relationship. They are still keeping that message with their customers up to today. You understand? That is part of branding. It's not just about the design style and others. Do you understand? So how do you want them to perceive your brand? What kind of message are you trying to pull out to them using your brand? Do you understand? An example of this also is which brand exists in Nigeria that has these characteristics. Yeah, I don't know of much examples, but I know there are brands like this that exist. But I know of that of Coca-Cola. You understand? So they keep that message with their customers. They keep that relationship with their customers. So this thing they are doing, they keep it consistent. I mean consistent. Consistent. Do you understand? So and um, when time come for them to like, oh, the world has changed, the way things now look these days have changed entirely. So let's now refresh our branding. So to make our customers still use that brand. So if you look at these days, like I think see that since 2020, yes, most of those brands are now coming into like they are now the branding, they are now refreshing their brand, isn't it?
So like MTN, sir.
Okay, I'm listening.
So I said, sir, like MTN, like the way MTN they rebranded their logos now to.
Exactly, that's it. So most brand now these days are now refreshing their brands because the way things are now these days, technology is now advancing to more of simplicity and more of modern style. Do you understand?
You're right.
So that brand strategy they've laid down, and that has helped them do more follow up with their brand and their customers and with the demography and others. Do you understand? So that's why all these things here
So
I listed, they are very, very important in branding. When you understand your audience, when you understand the demography or the geography you are trying to like push out your brand to, so that will keep you updated with what is going on within that um, demography and others you've chosen for your brand. Just like how MTN, which brand also does this rebranding? Total Energy also does. So a lot of brands these days are now refreshing their brand. They are now looking into more of simplicity, more of modern style of design and others. So That's what understanding your target audience does to branding. If you understand your audience properly, you understand the market properly. So your brand will always like perform well, no matter how. You understand? But if all these things are not well done, so it will be kind of difficult to like make your brand perform well in the market. And at the end of the day, you might even end up closing the brand totally because the performance is low, is not what you're expecting. And with that, you also don't like understand what you are trying to like, I mean, where you are trying to push out your brand to. You get. If you have any question, you can like ask. I think that's all for today's class. Hello?
My question goes like this.
Okay.
Is there a way for us to learn more about branding styles? Because okay, I've done branding before now, but not deep per
Yes.
se. And I understand that when you're trying to come up with a brand, you need to understand like, okay, what kind of message you want to pass across. Um, Another thing you're looking out for is like you said, demography. But is there a way where we can read more about these branding styles and how we can fix them into designs? Because I've seen design, let's say for example, the real estate logo or branding, you would always see most times maybe they could see maybe add a housing element into the logo. Now there is a way people interpret what's it called, these shapes. Like when you see circle in the logo, okay, this is what it means. When you see crown, stuff like that. I don't know whether we could get them, let's say, link to resources where we can read more about it.
Okay, will I say is more about doing is it brand mark or
Yeah,
for me, and I know you've always seen this severally, like they would always say like the mark doesn't really, it's not necessarily the mark says what the brand does, right?
yeah,
So for me, I always say that also. Do you understand? If you are trying to like, oh, let me like make this logo mark look like what the brand does, you will always make issues become complicated in terms of making the identity look more good, isn't it?
yeah,
So for me, it's not about the mark, you understand, but the brand strategy you've laid out. I mean, you've laid down for the brand. Do you understand?
okay,
If you check on all these fintech brands,
yeah,
their logo will never tell you they're into fintech, isn't it?
yeah.
Exactly.
The only thing that
But
stands out is like the blue
the
color they
colors
use.
they've chosen for their what's it called, for their identity is
Yeah,
what will make you know this is a fintech brand or it's into finance or is into softwares or is into anything related to tech, isn't it?
yeah,
Exactly. So that's what is part of brand strategy, understanding um how will I put it, uh so that's what brand strategy does in a whole. Do you understand?
yeah.
For
I get
me,
you a bit now.
all the marks I've always created, I always not making sure they look like what the brand does. Though I do have issues with clients concerning that, but I always like make them know, oh, this is what branding is. This is how to go about having a good brand, and this is what you should do, and this is what you don't do. Do you understand? So me like educating those clients, we're like, oh, this person actually looks more professional in this field. He knows more about me, and the clients I've always worked with really know me for that. Do you understand?
Yeah,
So don't really focus on the mark you are trying to create for that brand. Just make sure that the mark is fitting to
okay,
the market you are trying to like push the
okay.
brand to. It's fitting to the kind of style the world is now. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Thank you, I get you now. Thank you very much.
Okay. Who have any questions so you can ask, I give you answers. Do you have any
I have a question.
question? Okay.
Um, can you help us with a brand? Can you help us use a brand like let's say like peak milk, like peak. Can you use it to
Yes.
please illustrate behavioral, psychographic, and geographic and demographic?
Okay. So first, you should know that branding. Okay, let me just say this: branding is very wide. It's far beyond design, logos, colors, star guard, and others. Do you understand? So
Yes.
branding entails um, ad, ad design, marketing design, media engagement design, and others. Do you understand? Though branding is very, very, very vast, it's very, very wide. It's far beyond just thinking of okay, let me come to Illustrator, design logo, give it this color, okay, attach what's it called, story to the logo mark and submit. Do you understand? That one is just part of branding. Do you understand? So if you check on Peak, the way they do their advertisement, do you get? I think their logo is more of this palm tree, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Exactly. And can you like extract a milk from a palm tree? Never.
No.
No, that's it. So that is what you should like think of. But if you check on their marketing ad, they've like state out the kind of demography they're trying to push out their brand to in terms of that style of advert, isn't it? Right from time. If you can remember the way they started their ad, all these local ads, okay, we are pushing our brand to these local people, we are pushing our brand to these modern people. So the ad they have like used to advertise their brand, it's also part of their brand identity. It's also part of branding. So there they've state out their demography, their age, their geography, their what's it called? Psychography. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
get it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
So branding is not just designing logo, giving it a story, doing brand manuals. No, 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 no. It's far, far beyond that. It entails marketing ad, marketing research, and others. Branding is just very, very wide. Very, very wide.
Yeah.
Have I answered your question?
Yeah, yeah, you have answered it. Thank you.
Okay. We also have a question.
So yeah, I have a
I have,
question.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, go first.
You can ask. You can carry on.
Okay. All right, sir. My question is, if I have two questions actually.
Okay, you can. Okay.
The first question I need to ask now is, what is I know the meaning, but I really want to know like in details what it is about the brand voice. You understand? So we have
Okay.
like the brand manual and the rest. But what is the brand voice now? Now the second question now is, now we already have a brand identity, but they want to rebrand. So what are the key factors we need to
This guy,
consider
this guy.
when we are rebranding? So like
Okay.
that is what I wanted to ask.
Okay. First, the brand voice is like, oh, what is my brand shouting out to these people? Do you understand? So there's a way that is being done. How will I put this? Okay, the brand voice is just more like, oh, how do people feel when they use your brand? Do they feel very excited? Do they feel very sad? Or do they feel very uncomfortable? Do you understand? So that's what the brand voice is. The kind of
Okay.
feeling the brand shouts to your people or to the audience using or to the customers using that brand. Do you understand?
All right. Yes, sir.
And the second question says it's more about rebranding. What are the things to look into? So when you want to rebrand or you want to do a fresh refreshing for a brand, when you have your brand strategy, that is always like the guideline for your brand, or it's just like more of the things that will guide you towards building your brand. Okay, this is the brand strategy we have for the year 2020. Okay, let's say 2002 to 2003. Then things haven't changed. It's still the same way it is compared to now, where things are now um, tech diverted. Everybody wants to dive into tech by all means. All brands, all products. They want to like, oh, I want to build an app. I want to build a website. Do you understand? Unlike then, when there was no internet, or internet is not accessible to everyone. But now internet is now accessible to everyone. So the kind of identity they've laid out then will be kind of different to what they will have now. Do you understand? The kind of brand
Yes, sir.
voice they've laid out then will be kind of different from the one they will lay out now. Do you understand? So when you understand your target audience, okay, my target audience then doesn't have a phone, is not accessible to internet. But these days, or this present days we are, they are now accessible to smartphones, internet. So definitely, if my brand supports having an app, I would surely build an app to make my audience feel more comfortable and feel more interactive with my brand. Do you understand? So then you now like, oh, my logo might not fit well for this application. It's not suiting it. So then you now like, oh, let's refresh our logo. Let's make something simpler or something more tech looking. Do you understand? So that's when brand
Mm.
now think of, oh, let's do rebranding, let's do refreshing. So everything is just more about the strategy you've laid out. So that's the strategy that will like keep you updated time to time. Okay, this is what is happening now compared to what is happening then. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So what that means now is that now if you probably you have like a new, since business are evolving now. So if you have like a new strategy for your business or your
Yes,
company,
yes,
then it will require you to rebrand.
yes.
That should be
If
like
it
part of it.
requires you to rebrand, not that it will. Do you understand? If you look
Okay.
into your identity system, oh, things are looking old fashioned. I want to make it look to the current version, to make it look to what is trending now. Do you understand? And if you check most of these brands, some brand like follow trends in the likes of
Yeah.
let's say Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola also like follow trends. If you check on how they've like refreshed their logos from then to now, and also this Burger King also, they like follow trends. Do you understand?
Even Pepsi.
Yes, sir.
Even Pepsi also does. So most brands do like, oh, let's dance to the tune of what is happening now, because their users are much more important to them. If they don't have users, then the brand is useless. You understand? If they're not like interacting or relating with their users, it's useless. So everything is just more about the customer you are trying to like sell out to. Do you understand? So that will make your brand,
Yes, sir.
that will determine the kind of brand you have. Is it a successful one, or is it a growing one, or is it a failed one? Do you understand? If you don't understand your users, or you don't understand your audience or your customers, then you having a successful branding will be kind of very, very difficult. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope I've answered your
Thank you
question.
so much. Very well. Very well. Thank you so much.
Okay. If you have questions, please ask. Oh, we still have like an hour left.
Yeah,
Hello,
so yeah, I
sir.
have a
Feel
question.
free to ask questions.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that how do you come about names, like naming a brand if the brand owner don't if the people don't have a name, how do you come about naming it?
Okay. Naming a brand is quite very difficult and tasky. Why? Because, oh, I want something sweet. I want something catchy. The brand. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I want something catchy from a brand. So and most brands really don't know how to like name. Do you understand? It's where some brand failed before when they want to start their branding. The name they've given to that brand, is it something the users can easily think of within milliseconds, or is it something I can easily, oh, I can catch this name just at a glance, a glance. Do you understand? So if you check on some brands whereby their name is very lengthy, they try as much as possible to make it very, very short because our memory only catch something very short and simple easily. Just by one look, you just catch the name. It sticks to that brain. It stores there. You can never forget. Do you understand? So how to name a brand is difficult. I haven't done one before. That's it. So I can't really say, oh, this is how you should go about it. But for me, I believe if you have a good strategy, that strategy will actually give you a way to name that brand because of the kind of people you are trying to push out your brand to. Do you understand? Is it the people who are kind of educated, or they are less educated, or they are not even educated at all? Do you understand? That will determine the kind of name you have to give your brand, or on how to give your brand. Just like a brand, just like Omo. Do you understand? Omo is a detergent, it's a soap. So everybody can easily catch Omo anywhere. Just by
Mm,
one look, you will get Omo. Even if you are not educated, you still know how to pronounce that word, Omo. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Though I'll help you make research on that. I don't know if I can get your mail or contact, so I can give you the right answer to that.
Okay. I will send my email, sir, to.
Okay.
Hello, I think the what is called the attendance is on.
Where exactly?
The attendance is on. It's
Where?
on the chat.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
you
you.
can ask your question if you have any.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
still
I
have
want to ask
five.
a question.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time of joining this class. I didn't join last class, so I want to ask: is there a channel where we can view previous classes if we don't attend?
I can't really answer that, but I will help you make inquiry on that.
Yeah, probably it will be needed because this morning before I could join, the network was giving me problem. So probably
Thank
if I miss a class, I can easily watch and get along with others.
Okay. I'll help you make inquiry on that. So
Okay.
I think
All right.
someone has a
Yeah.
question. Are they doing? Oh,
Okay. I actually have a question too.
okay. You can ask.
Sorry. Yeah, connecting to that question I asked previously, it's just a very short one. Are
Okay.
we brand designers? Are we responsible for giving a brand voice? Because I
For
have a
me,
friend. Yeah, a friend was talking to me about a client telling him that once he's creating the brand manual and the brand guide, that he should also add their brand voice. And to me, I was like, I don't think you should be the one to give the brand voice because you do not know what the client actually wants to do with their target audience. So I don't know, is that are we
that's it.
supposed to give brand voice?
Okay. So to answer that question, um At first, you've called yourself a brand designer, right?
Yes, sir.
So normally you should like follow through the process, but it's not that way here, right? So for me, normally you have to like give the brand voice. That's true because you call yourself a brand designer. But in that case, you should like request the brand strategy or the brand research from the client. Do you understand?
Okay, okay,
Hello?
okay.
So
Yes, I'm with you.
in your brief, make that your brief very, very detailed. Do you understand? And always like try as much as possible to have calls with your client. Ask him much more questions. Keep asking questions and you document them down. So from there you generate the brand voice, the strategy, the demography and all that through your through calls with the clients, through brief getting. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello, do you understand?
Yes, sir. I said, do you have a sample of the brand brief for us to see?
For me, I don't have a sample because mine also is not that detailed. I'm just trying to like, I'll refresh the brand brief. I mean the brand questionnaire.
Okay.
Though when I'm done with mine, I'll share it with you guys so you can take a look at it and generate yours.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. I think I did doing you have a question. I did doing. Hello. Do anyone have a question? If you have a question, please ask. We still have much time. Keep asking questions. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay, so it seems concerning the last question, you mentioned something that using design power now as an example, most of the tracks, our duties, it coincides and like you have to do the logos now.
You said
And also, can you hear me?
okay, I can hear you.
Okay, I said using design power now as an example
Okay.
of tracks, it coincides. Like we say, for example, the graphic designers now they are like the ones responsible for the logo. And in a real world setting, okay, say a brand designer, so it does with the brand. Along the way, there might be a few confusions. So I just want like me and my fellow brand designers in this call. So what would you say is our duty now within design power as a case study? What would you say is our duty as our contribution to this thing within this product? What would you say we're responsible?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
It's breaking, kind of.
Wow. Okay, seems like I'll just have to like just type the question in the chat box. Seems like my network is bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who also have a question? You can ask your questions, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay,
I
please,
can hear you.
you've been making mention of brand strategy, and brand strategy. My question is, the brand strategy, is it my result of my research as it, or there is more to the brand strategy?
The brand strategy is how will I put that? Is also part of the result. Like the result is also part of the brand strategy. Do you understand? The result of the research. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay. So you said I keep mentioning brand strategy, brand strategy, brand strategy. Yes, it's very, very important because without that strategy, you don't kind of have that direction of where you are trying to push out that design to, that identity to. It's just like you're just designing blindfolded. Do you understand?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I don't have a direction where I'm trying to like, oh, push my design towards. You just keep designing, 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 designing. There's a, and at the end of the day, you submit to the client, and the client will just like, oh, I don't want this. It's not meeting up with what I'm expecting. It's not meeting up with the kind of people I'm trying to like sell out to. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that brand strategy will give you a direction. It's just like how do I put it? A guide towards your design identity design. Do you understand? Towards what you are trying to design, towards what you are trying to achieve at the end of the design journey. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
So that will determine kind of, oh, which logo style should I work with? Which color should I work with? Which typeface should I work with? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Which brand style should I work with? Branding style should I work with?
Okay, okay.
So it's very, very important in branding. But I think a lot of people these days, I won't say they, I would say they on
Unfortunately,
purposely. Do you understand? They
yeah,
purposely like skip that part of branding
only my
and jump
bow.
to just design, design, design. Do you understand? So if you want to be a good brand identity designer, you should try as much as possible to like understand brand strategy. Read more about strategizing on brand. You understand? So that can only take you very far in branding, and that will only take you very different from others. You understand? Because that shows that, oh, this person knows what he's doing. This person is actually good at what he does. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who also have a question? Hello.
Hello, hello, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Okay. So,
Hello. I think someone is talking.
Hello, sir.
Can you hear? Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
I think not really a question though, but a kind of a guide. Like, do you have any suggestion towards YouTube link and how to search for videos that can aid us in this branding career? Like, for example, what you can advise us to watch in order for us to like, okay, go to YouTube, search for and be ahead, kind of in this journey of brand identity designing.
Okay. For me, one thing you should always know that you can't get everything on YouTube. Do you understand? And not everything is available on YouTube. Most of these things are only available through articles, through blogs, through random reading on Google. Do you understand? You can just like, okay, type, oh, brand strategy. You see several links from Google. Try to like, oh, take from this link what is important, what is vital, what you see that, oh, this thing is new. I don't know about this. You keep it to yourself. You read, just keep reading randomly. Do you understand? So that's how you can actually achieve all these things. So the sincere thing is about it is that I really don't um know all these things through YouTube videos. Do you understand? Because you can never even get them. And if you want to get them, you can only get them through domestic course or Udemy courses where you have to pay. You get to take you through the process of branding. But most of it is through reading articles, blogs, Google random reading. Okay. Hello, sorry, I'm back. I went to attend to something. Do you understand?
Yes, I probably understand, sir.
Okay. Just keep reading articles. Do you understand? Keep reading, keep making research on Google. Do you understand? So that's where you get to find most of these things. Please ask your questions, though. We still have enough time. Someone wanted to ask a question before. I don't know
Okay.
where
So there was actually kind of a video that I watched. The man actually said, your logo, it's not your brand. But when the logo is placed on, except it's placed on the cow, I'm kind of confused with that statement that was like, main logo is just your identity. That's not like the brand, except it's placed on. He gave an illustration of except it's being placed on a cow or something like that. But that sounds unclear to me if I'm not the one getting, because he was saying your main logo, just having your main logo, that's not your brand. But if but when it's placed on a cow, something of that nature, I don't know if you understand what the illustration I'm trying to put up, sir.
Okay. If I'm getting it right, it's just trying to like tell you like, oh, um having a logo is not basically your branding or your brand, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Okay. That's true. That's true. You might have a beautiful logo, a well-designed logo. Do you understand? But the branding gongon is not appealing to your customers or users. Do you understand? And that's where the brand voice comes in. Your identity is not voicing out your brand to your customers. So automatically the logo is totally um not useful. Do you get? Hello?
Yeah, I get you, sir. It seems I don't know if I was the one that like explained it well. Like he actually gave an illustration that having your logo, that's not your brand. But he gave an illustration when you place it on a cow, like when your logo is placed on a cow, like I I think I need to watch that part. Like it's now a brand. I was kind of confused. I was like, when you place your logo, is it that way the application of a logo on the place? That's when it's called a brand. I don't know if you understand his own illustration using a cow. Your logo is placed on a cow in that perspective.
For me, I can't really understand what he's trying to like achieve or pass out there. But basically, what I'll tell you is like, truly, your logo is not the brand, but the brand voice, the brand message is your brand. That's what will make your brand count in itself, either successful or a failed one. Do you understand? Hello?
Okay, I don't know because from what you said now, like the brand message, it's
Exactly.
the brand. Yeah, giving
So
you a point to the illustration, like you placing your logo on the cow. That okay, when they see the cow, they are seeing your brand. I don't know if that correlates. Like I'm just picking out something from what you just said, your brand message. Have your logo on a cow, like you are invariably telling the audience that anyway you see a cow, how it behaves, that's how our brand behaves.
I can't answer that. But if it were to be like more of color, do you understand? Okay, I've chosen my brand color to be okay. Let's say black and white. Do you understand? So then I move on to a cow, and I painted that cow black and white. So when people see that cow, oh, what can you feel looking at this cow? Do you feel very bad, or do you feel very excited? So that feeling people derive out of seeing that color used on that cow is what is the brand. Do you understand? But I can't say for the logo the person applied. If it were to be colors now, then I will actually say, okay, yeah, the person trying to pass out, okay, what is the message looking at that cow is trying to give to the customer or to the person seeing it or looking at that cow. Do you understand now?
Okay, yeah, like color is like a main message in your brands.
No, it's part of your brand identity, the color. Do you understand? Hello? When you are working on brand identity design, you'll have a chosen color, right? From primary to secondary colors, you will have a chosen typeface, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have a chosen typeface. You have a chosen media design style. Oh, my media engagement, like the Instagram post, the Facebook post, the ad design. You have a style for it. You have a motion design style for your brand identity. Do you understand? So what I'm now trying to say is like, oh, this is my brand color. I now want to apply this color, okay, on let's say on a car. Do you understand? People do have feelings for colors when they see them. Do you understand? When they
Yes.
see red color, oh, this is what they feel. When they see a white color, this is what they feel. So you choosing that red and white color, now applying it on a product or on a packaging design for your brand, and people now seeing that, oh, are they moved with that color? Are they feeling okay with that color? Are they feeling so excited seeing that color? Do you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
from there, you understand, oh, people doesn't like this color. Let me now look for the branding. I want to change my brand color to black and green from red and white. Do you understand? So that's
Yeah.
another method of you coming into the branding. Understanding your users, understanding your customers. Oh, this is what they like, this is what they don't like. Is my brand having what they like? Is my brand having what they don't like? So they will not think of, oh, let me now make a rebrand. If my brand is having what they don't like. Do you understand? So that's where
Yeah.
the rebranding comes in or the refreshing comes in.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay. Please ask questions. Oh.
Mm, I've dropped my question in the chat box, so please can you
Oh,
just check.
okay. Your question is okay. Let me get the last part. It said for clarity, what would you say we are solely responsible for our deliverables in brackets as a brand designer in our respective team? Okay. For me, design part is just something that is actually coming up. In the future, they might like think of, oh, let's rebrand this academy. Do you understand? Just like how this Udemy does. Their logo before is not what they have now. Do you understand? When they started, they were just like, oh, let's put it into a try, and they see, oh, this is a turn up they had. So now let's refresh our brand. So now they've done something more unique, something more minimal, something more lovable to look at. Do you understand?
I
Hello?
understand. Yeah, I understand you.
So that's how design pal is. So it's just more like a startup now. They want to like, oh, let's try this thing out. Let's see the results. So the results now, oh, determine, oh, let's do a refreshing, let's do a brand. So let's change our logo, let's change our colors, let's change everything. Do you understand? A
Yeah,
lot
I do.
is like trying to like, oh, let's do a tryout. Let's see what we will get in. Let's see the result first. Do you understand? So the results will now determine, oh, I'll wait to like, oh, refresh or still leave it that way or do this. Do you understand? But
Yeah, I do.
our our role as a brand designer is to like, oh, strategize things, strategize the market, strategize the customers, what kind of style they like. So now implementing that thing into the branding, the design. You understand? So as to give a better result at the end of the day.
All
Do
right.
you
Thank you
get
for
it?
clarifying that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Please ask questions. Oh, we still have 30 minutes left. Oh, hello. Hey. Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. I'm just like requesting for questions. Please ask questions. Something you see like, oh, this is confusing. I don't understand this well. How do I go about this? How do I start my career in design or branding design?
Very good afternoon.
Good
So
afternoon.
I want to add I want to add to what the guy said about how stuff. I'm just thinking to my own knowledge, it's more basically like what the guy was trying to explain was that if you have a logo or your branding and you don't have a specific product you are pinning it to, like you don't have a product or service that you are offering, just having a branding
Are you coming? Tomorrow.
doesn't really it is not, it doesn't make it complete. Just a little knowledge I understand from what he explained. Thank you.
Okay. I think I get it now. Thank you very much. I hope you understand now. Don't know ask that question.
Yes, yes.
You said
I understand. I was the question.
okay. Please ask questions. Oh,
Okay. Okay. First question.
you said
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah. My question is, as a brand identity designer, how do you charge a client, or how do you go about giving a client price for your service?
Okay. So now it's all about pricing. Pricing is very difficult. That's it. It's very, very difficult. Why? Because first you need to like, oh, know your standard, know what you are capable of doing, know what you are capable of delivering to the client. So okay, capable of delivering quality work, quality identity design. Then there's nothing stopping from charging the person high at higher rate. Do you understand? Because you are very confident of your deliverables, your work. But if you don't have that confidence, or you're not confident enough of the deliverables, then you shouldn't charge high, because charging high will actually lead to a big or huge problem at the end of the day. Do you understand? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So there's no particular rate for brand identity design. Do you understand? As far as you are capable of your deliverables, you know
Oh,
the quality of work you can deliver, then
okay.
you can charge as high as possible. If the client is possible of paying that price, charge him or charge the person. Do you understand? That's how I
All
do
right.
my things.
All right,
I
sir.
charge according to my quality. I charge according to my deliverables. I charge according to the personality I want to work with. Though this person might not have that sum of huge amount of money I requested for or I want to request for, then I can actually bring down the price because I don't have a stable price for my design. I only charge based on if you want to design for Dangote now, you can't expect me to tell the Dangote like, oh, pay 500,000. Never. It's never possible. Never, never. Why? Because I know he has the money and I know the kind of quality I'll give to this person and deliverables. So I can charge as high as 5 million, 10 million, 50 million. Do you
All right.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because the personality the person has is also high. So I charge high. But if it's low, then I can charge either 20,000, 10,000. But I can only reduce the deliverables, but still give the same quality of work. Do you understand?
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you, sir.
Exactly. Okay. Please ask your questions. Please ask questions. Ask as much as you have. We still have time.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. I have a question again.
Okay.
With this, with our briefs they've giving us for each team. Yeah. So, like you said earlier that if you're about to maybe start our project or our design, we should take time to ask our clients questions. But here we've been giving briefs. So, how do we go about it to make sure that we get as much information as possible? How do we go about it? Is it like basically just research, or I don't know? How do we get as much information as we can from our briefs and to make sure that our project is or our brand identity that we are creating is something that will be nice?
Okay. So you were given a brief. So what will like help you execute that brief properly is research. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Make extensive research. Dive more into research. Segment your research. I mean your results. Do you understand? Oh, I'm designing for this kind of people. This is why I'm designing for this kind of people. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is what they will like. This is what they don't like. This is what
Mm.
they will want. This is what they don't want. So make everything in detailed. Make it detailed. So
Okay,
that
sir.
will only help you have a solid portfolio when it's been detailed. There's nothing stopping you from securing job. Do you understand? If you have a
Yes, sir.
solid portfolio and a very detailed one.
Okay.
So
All
your
right, sir.
research will like boost that brief. Do you understand?
All right, sir.
So at times you might not have the opportunity to speak with clients that much. So, but with the brief you've gotten from the person, you just use the research to back it up to expand it. Do you understand? So as to get
Okay,
a
sir.
clear view of what you are trying to achieve.
Okay. All right, sir.
Okay. Please ask questions. Keep asking questions.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I have a question. Is there a creative process, like a design process that would help us in creating these brand identities, the logo map, because there are some really good designs that when you look at them, you see the the professionalism, or will I say the creative process behind it. Do you have a walkthrough on how we can boost our creativity or ideation when creating logo marks?
Okay. So when creating a logo mark, um, though everything deals with your thinking faculty. How do you think? Do you think very, very wide? Do you think extensively, or your thinking is something calmed somewhere? So while designing identity, think from different perspective. Think from anywhere. You can get inspiration from anywhere in this world. Do you understand? In fact, you can get your inspiration from even drinking the water. Like, oh, I was drinking water, then I thought of something, then you sketch it out, then that's it. Finally, you just arrive there. Just like this Apple logo, how it was achieved. Do you understand? What's his name again? Jeff,
Yeah.
I think that's it. Jeff was only like, how will I put that? He has explored several design ideas, but it wasn't working fine with what he's expecting. But due to the fact that it was like, oh, he had an apple one day, then it was like, oh no, I think this is the best fit for this logo. Then he sketched it out, and finally he arrived at the concept he is trying to achieve. Oh, this works well. I love it. And since then, things have been working fine with Apple. So think extensively. Inspiration can be gotten from anywhere in this world. Do you understand? Try as much as possible to sketch anything you think of, because you might not know, or you don't know which one will actually work at the end of the day. Do you understand? Just keep thinking, okay, I walked through this this train station and I saw something. Oh, I love this. Sketch it out. Document it. Oh, I went to a cinema. I saw this object. I love it. Sketch it out. I went to a restaurant. Oh, I saw how people like get engaged with this object. Sketch it out. So anything or ideas can be gotten from anywhere. That's generally the work of art. Do you understand? Art is just thinking far beyond ordinary imagination. Think beyond um, just seeing an object. For instance, the way a designer will see an object is different from the way a layman will see an object. Do you understand? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I understand. I'm hearing you.
Okay. So that's how it is. Oh, I see this object as something unique. I love it. Oh, it can work for this brand. Then you put it down into documentation. But the way a layman will see it, oh, this is just an ordinary cup. But for me, it's not just a cup. It's something that is speaking about a brand I'm working on, or is speaking about this brand, or is speaking about our work, or we work for someone else. Do you understand? So just think different, just like how Apple has laid out their message. That's just the message Apple is trying to pass out. You think differently. So, and there's always been that right from time. So the way Apple or Mac users think, it's always different from the way an Android user think, isn't it? Right? So that's their brand message, and it's always that same way, right from time till now. If I'm using an iPhone, you can't expect me to be thinking the way like an Android user would think. So every time I think about that thing, I always laugh like, oh, this is called branding truly. So that's what branding is. And that's just Apple message. Think different. You can Google search it and see it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Please ask questions though. How many are we here? I think we are much. Please, you can ask questions. If you kind of see things that are difficult for you to understand, you can point out here. Let's break it down into particles for us to understand properly. Please ask questions. We don't have any question again.
Is there a way we can reach you on the Slack group in case if you have a question on the brand identity design group, so we can just maybe type the question there and then tag you to it?
Yeah, sure. You can
Um,
always just.
can you please type your what's it called, your handle on the chat box so we can pick it up?
Which of them?
Like the one for Slack, the Slack group, the
You
brand.
can just tag me. It's Ola.
Okay. Okay, the same spelling like this.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Please ask your questions. We still have much time. I hope you all understand what we have been like talking about. Huh? Hello. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you, I'm sorry. I joined in like 30 minutes ago, quite a bit late, 1 hour late. Can you run through the points of what we discussed again?
Okay, we talked about segmentation and we talked about understanding the target audience. So we said segmentation is just like more of doing how do I put it? Like dividing your audience into categories. Do you understand? Oh, I'm segmenting them based on their demography. I'm segmenting them based on their geography. Segmenting them based on their psychographic. Do you understand? So all those things you are doing are called segmentation, dividing your target audience into different categories so as to make you achieve what you are trying to push out to your audience. Do you understand? So, and we talked about understanding your target audience. So, you understand your target audience will help you create a good identity for your brand. Do you understand? Whereby, oh, they love um, maybe they love color blue, they love um, something minimal, something simple. Oh, they love a sans serif typeface. They love anything like that. Yeah, do you understand? So that's all we talked about in the class. Do you get?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm coming.